What would a series of videos from Audio Excellence be if we did not once in a while include our hauls? Well, here we have a whole bunch of stuff from a collector, a gentleman who was downsizing, and so we decided to just put it all together and show you what we've got. Now, unfortunately, none of these have boxes. In many cases, we don't have manuals, so we may not be able to ship. We'll try, but I cannot guarantee that we'll be able to ship. But for those of you who are local, Canadians, please by all means come by, take a look. I just thought we'd share what we get sometimes. Anyway, starting over here, we have two Sonus Faber Gravis 2 subwoofers. These are current models. It's an active 10-inch woofer, long throw, so it can go quite low and it'll play quite loud. It's got, I think, a 350 watt amplifier with peaks of 700 watts. Now, what's interesting is that many of you who know about subwoofers will know about a company called REL, R-E-L, the British company. They make great subs. Excuse me, for many, many years, REL was distributed by a company called Sumiko in North America. And when Sumiko was bought by the Macintosh Group, REL was not a part of the acquisition, so Sumiko then started to make their own subwoofers based on the same basic principles. I'm going to turn one of the subs around so you can see what I mean. Well, first let's take a look at the front. So, beautiful 10-inch woofer, manufactured and designed by Sonus Faber from Italy. Beautiful black lacquer finish. The sub on the top of the leather here, it's a beautiful leather finish. Unfortunately, the gentleman had stacked one on top of the other when it was put away, and so you'll see a little bit of markings here. Maybe over time they'll come off, or maybe by buffing it a little bit more, it'll get better, but we haven't tried. Okay, I'm going to turn it around so Mike can capture the back better. All right, so of course here's the heatsink. That's the amplifier plate. Over here is the connection for high level. I'll go into that in a bit. That's your line input, your LFE input for home theater, and these are of course your level adjustments for for LFE and the high and low levels, so for volume. And then of course the crossover points. This is the auto on or off. So if you wanted the subwoofer to go into standby when it doesn't get a signal, you go into auto. Otherwise it's always on. And then finally, phase from 0 to 180. Okay, so very simple, and your power's here. Now, here's where it's interesting. Most subwoofers you're probably aware of have these two types of connections: line level input from your preamplifier or processor, or LFE from your processor. What REL did was popularize the concept of high-level connection. So in other words, it's connected to the back of your speakers, or you could also do it to the back of your amplifier. And what in theory it does is it captures the character of your amplifier. So this way, the subwoofer blends better with your system than a traditional line input or the LFE input. The advantage of doing that, of course, is obvious. The sound will be smoother, not smoother, but rather more blended, more coherent with your system. And of course, you can still adjust the levels and so on. It comes with a connector called Speak On, so you push it in, you twist it, and it locks. And on the other side, you've got three cables. Two cables connecting to one channel and the third connecting to the other channel. So anyway, that is Sonus Faber's version of the REL subwoofer. This is called the Gravis 2, and we've got two of them. The price is, oh, here we go, $1,000 each. Again, no box or manual, but you can download the manual from the factory's website. Okay, moving on. We've got a pair of Triangle Borea BR03 speakers. These are a French company. Triangle is a French company. Many of you will remember that about 7 to 10 years ago, Triangle was a very, very successful speaker line in North America. They got all kinds of great reviews. They're known for tremendous clarity and detail, much like what Focal currently is known for, but in many ways more affordable because partly they don't have the same kind of name recognition. Anyway, these speakers are on sale for $400 a pair, not including the stands. Then we get to the Sonus Faber Sonetto V or Sonetto 5, finished in walnut. So this is the previous generation. The current generation is called the G2. So this is the previous generation. Sonetto 5 is absolutely stunning. So lots of them. Got a beautiful leather top again, and magnetic grills, and here you have the drivers. So 3 woofers, 1 mid-range, 1 tweeter. They're characterized by their lively sound, but at the same time very rich and warm. Well, no, I wouldn't say very rich, but slightly warmer sound. So if you play a lot of harsh music, it won't be in your face. Much easier to enjoy, but at the same time still very clear, wonderful dynamics, superb, especially if you wanted to do home theater. This will easily do that. And the price is Sonetto 5's $3,900. Again, no box or manual. Now we come over to this thing here. This is called the Pioneer Spec 1. I didn't even know about this because I'm not really all that into vintage products, with a few exceptions, but this apparently was Pioneer's top-of-the-line preamplifier. Tons and tons of features and options. Those of you who know, you can Google this and find out more about it. But anyway, Mike had tested it. Mike says it works properly. Unfortunately, the light just went out, so we can't show you the light, but otherwise apparently it works. We're going to test it again before we sell it. And that is on sale for $1,000. If you Google it, you'll find that they're going for anywhere from $1,800 and up. All right, and it's in pretty good condition for vintage products. In pretty good condition. Now over here, hiding behind, I'm just going to put it on top here, is a Woo Audio Wii. It's essentially an energizer. They call it an energizer. It takes your amplifier, a power amplifier, and converts it to power your Stax headphones. So you connect your Stax headphones over here, and on the back, you connect your power amplifier over here, and there you go. That's how it works. I've never tried it. I've heard and I've seen reviews online that it's a really good way to make your Stax headphones sound really good without spending a huge amount of money on amplification for your Stax headphones. Now, apparently it's also not necessarily recommended for if you have a top-of-the-line Stax earphones or headphones, because the product quality, although very good, is not at the highest level possible. So middle quality electrostatic headphones from Stax would be a really good option. And guess what? It's only $300. I think it's worth $300 just from the weight. Seriously, this thing is seriously well made. All right, now we get to this. It's a Pioneer PD, what's it called? Yeah, D70 two-way electronic crossover. Those of you who really enjoy biamping, or you make a do-it-yourself speakers and you want to try biamping, this is a very inexpensive way to do it. Lots of crossover points and level controls for each, whether it's a low pass or high pass. So very inexpensive way to do this, and it's also only $300. It was made around 1980. Now, we haven't tested it, but I have no reason to believe that it doesn't work. I just don't have any way to test it at the moment. Oh, let's go on from here. It's the original PS Audio Direct Stream DAC. You may remember that when this came out, it was on Stereophile's recommended components list for many, many, many years, and in fact also won, if I'm not wrong, Component of the Year. It's a superb DAC to this day. It's still a superb DAC. The crazy thing, however, is that for some reason, it's just not holding its value. So whenever these come around, I'm just stunned at how cheap you can buy them for now. This is selling for $2,000. I dare you to find me a better DAC for $4,000 or $5,000 that sounds as musical as this. Seriously, this at $2,000 is an absolute steal. I'm actually very tempted to keep it around just so that we have something for reference, for comparisons, for loaners, and so on. Anyway, there you go. If you want to know more about it, you can Google. There's tons and tons of reviews all over the world, and in almost every case, they won Product of the Year, Editor's Choice, etc., etc. All right, we have two Parasound A23 Pluses power amplifiers. one in silver, one in black, condition-wise between good and, let's say, fair. I think one of them has some slight scratches, so we'll just conservatively call it good to fair. Power rating, 160 watts into 8 ohms per channel, 240 watts into 4 ohms. Sturdy power amplifiers. You can run them all day long. They can drive virtually any speaker except if it goes down to, say, below 2 ohms. And the sound is very nice. I've always enjoyed Parasound. They're well designed, well developed, well made, great value. So we're selling each for $1,400. Now, some of you will not know this company. It's called Dared, or D-A-R-E-D. It's a Chinese company. The cosmetics are quite interesting. I actually kind of like it. You've got gold with chrome brush steel, got black, well made from what I can see, and certainly aesthetically it makes a beautiful statement. If I'm not wrong, this is still current, and this is called the Dared Jupiter. And we're selling this for $700. This is a preamplifier. So you've got the selector switch over here, your volume control, and of course the connectors on the back. And then we've got the Dared, whatever, Uranus integrated amplifier. It's 50 watts per channel using KT88s, and the KT88s can be replaced with KT100s, 150s, 120s. Bias adjustments are right here at the top. So if we pop this cap off, there's a little slot for your slot screwdriver, and you can adjust it, and very easy to adjust. Mike can come over here and show you. There's a meter at the top here, V4, which means this tube over there. And you look at the rating. I can't remember. In fact, I don't know what it's supposed to measure at. But if it's, let's say, it's currently reading at 20. If it's not supposed to be 20, you just pop this little cover off and adjust it to where it's supposed to be. I think the manufacturer's website tells you that. Anyway, very simple to operate. Appears to be well made. I have not heard it, but it's been tested. Now, I should point out, one of the original tubes didn't work very well, so I just substituted a KT88 from my own stock just so I could show you this. When you buy this, certainly one of the nice things about buying tube amplifiers is that you can do all kinds of tube rolling. You can buy more expensive tubes, you can buy less expensive tubes, different manufacturers, and have a lot of fun playing with that. Anyway, that's an integrated amplifier, and we are selling that for $1,500. Now we get to this. This is quite rare. Some of you may never even have heard of this company. It's called EAR. Was originally started by a gentleman called Tim Di Paravicini, a British gentleman who unfortunately has passed away. He was responsible for some incredible products, really well made, really well designed, great sound. He was a legend in Japan, in Asia, because of the products that he designed. Anyway, this is the V12, called the V12 because Tim, I believe either a Scotchman or in any case from the British Isles, loved Jaguars, the car. And of course Jaguar, for those of you who are into cars, was particularly well known for their V12 engine. So he calls this the V12. So on each bank, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 output tubes. They are the ELs 84s, if I'm not wrong. Right there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are the input tubes. And so 6 on each side, V12. These are your speaker connections. I believe they're for 4 ohms and 8 ohms. Yes, 4 ohms and 8 ohms. And then, of course, on the back, you have your input connections. Over here, you have your selector switch, and here you have your volume control. Quite beautifully done and well executed. You've got this, what looks like walnut / cherry, I'm not sure what. And then you've got this beautiful oval motif, and of course, gold. And that is rated for 50 watts per channel, and we're selling it for $6,000. Again, no box or manual, unfortunately. Anyway, that's all we have for you today for this video. There'll probably be a whole bunch more to come, but anyway, I just thought I'd just share with you what we just got in. Thanks for watching. If you have any interest in any of this stuff, again, just keep in mind, we may not be able to ship it. So if you're in the States or somewhere else in the world, you can certainly send me an email, info@audioexcellence. I'll see if I can ship it. Smaller items, probably easier because we can find boxes. Speakers, not so easy. Subwoofers, same thing. Tube products, a little bit more dicey because we have to find a way to safely package it so the tubes arrive properly and so on. Anyway, info@audioexcellence if you have any interest in any of these products. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time. Take care. Bye.